Invest Nova Scotia supports businesses, helping you thrive at every stage of your journey.
Zen Energy started as an e-bike company in Halifax, Nova Scotia in 2021. All research and design activities, as well as the assembly and testing of e-bikes, are conducted on site.
We started in 2021 as an electric bike company. The goal was to bring manufacturing of electric bikes to North America and design and build bikes that could compete at a global level. So we started as Zen Electric Bikes. Our founder, Ravi, he is a battery scientist. So the goal was always to build bikes around battery safety and efficiency. And we started, being a startup, limited resources. So we started with bike manufacturing, and we wanted to design and build our own battery tech into those bikes. However, 6 to 8 months into the operations, we realized that there is a big gap in the market in terms of batteries available for micromobility. We decided that we would make a pivot from Zen Electric Bikes to being Zen Energy. So now we are Zen Energy. There are 2 divisions within the organization. One is electric bikes, where we design and manufacture bikes. And the second is Zen Energy, like the battery division that we have, where we design and manufacture batteries for micromobility and light electric vehicles.
The Photon Pro, a premium all-weather e-bike, is being assembled today. An internal gear hub is inspected, and the functionality of the internal bearings is tested. To do this, it's set on a vise. The hub interface is tested and attached to the hub axle. The spider is added. A C-ring is added, and the bolts on the internal hub are torqued on. Now the truing stand is adjusted to hold the hub. Wheel truing begins with coarse arm adjustments, followed by fine adjustments using needle gauges. Tension is added to the spokes, ensuring they and the wheel are perfectly straight and true. Left and right spoke measurement data is input into a computer program, calculating overall wheel tension and any adjustments needed. Some spokes are loosened, while others are tightened. The correct axle nut is located, and the internal hub is placed on the wheel holder. The corresponding bolt holds it in place. An e-bike specific tire is installed. The nut of the Presta valve stem on the inner tube is removed to insert it through the hub. Then it's reattached to secure it in place. An air line is attached to a compressor to fill the tire to 55 psi. The brake rotor is attached and trued next. A gauge is used for fine-tune adjustments. A disc tool bends the rotor, straightening it where the fine gauge shows a measurement was off. The bike rack is secured, allowing the frame to be removed from its packaging and positioned at a working level. The paint is inspected for scratches. The front of the stem is removed to install the handlebars. Then the front plate is reattached. The display is installed on top of the handlebars. The brake calipers are adjusted. The manufacturer's spacers on the front and back are removed and replaced with Zen Energy adapters to fit their large rotors with more braking force. Now the calipers are attached to the adapters. The front axle is removed and grease is applied. The brake block is removed and the front wheel and axle are installed. The calipers are adjusted by spinning the wheels and squeezing the brake levers with visual checks, so the brake rotor doesn't touch the brake pads. A 750-watt power motor is installed. All the electrical cables for the lights, speedometer sensor, batteries, data, and power are attached. The battery is removed from the bike frame for safety and to charge it. The motor cover is installed. The left crank arm is attached. The front sprocket is added with a sprocket ring. Then the right crank arm is attached in the opposite position to the left. Pedals are unpacked. Grease is applied to the threads and they're installed. An opening in the frame is made to install a carbon belt. This is thread around the sprocket. The rear wheel is installed. The belt is fit around its spider, and its rotor is placed between the brake pads. Bolts on the wheel are tightened on both sides. The manual shifter is tightened on. The brake sensor is connected. The extra housing is cut, and its opening is expanded. Lubrication is added, and an end ferrule is also attached. The shift cable is cleaned and thread into the cable housing. Once the various cables have been installed, zip ties are attached to hold everything in place. The wheel is spun and cranks rotated through all of the gear settings to constrict the cables. The belt is tightened using a tension gauge. Both sides of the wheel are aligned. The dropouts on both sides of the frame are tightened. The rear brake caliper is adjusted. The front fender is added to the fork. A magnet for speedometer readings is added to a spoke on the rear wheel. The charged battery is reinserted. The motor is programmed, followed by the display. The motor controller is attached. The handlebars are adjusted, and a light is installed and plugged in. The proper seat post is then inserted into the frame. The back wheel is lifted off the ground to test the front, back, left, right, and brake lights, along with the throttle and the 5 settings the motor can operate at, which go up to 32 kilometers an hour, the legal speed limit for e-bikes in Canada. Finally, the bike is plugged in to ensure it charges correctly. Now ready for sale, this Photon Pro model joins other Zen Energy bikes awaiting their owners.
2024 has been quite a good year for Zen Energy. So, considering that we have only been in operations about 2.5 years now, we are amongst the few startups in Atlantic Canada that crossed 1 million in revenue in 2024. I think that was a big win for us. In terms of technology, we actually have filed 3 patents for the design work of battery pack architecture, usage of our patent cell chemistry, and then developing a digital twin where, every second you can know the state of health, state of charge of every cell within your battery.
Invest Nova Scotia supports businesses, providing the tools and expertise you need to succeed.